amazing TEDx review video with your host Fahad Jobswala. Um, uh, I'm your host Fahad Jobswala, and I'm a student and interview captain at Rehan School Online Academy. So, welcome back to another amazing TEDx review video where we always deep dive into amazing topics of TEDx videos. We talk deeply on amazing insights of TEDx speaker. Insights which were given by TEDx speakers, amazing TEDx speakers, and we talk on extraordinary talks. So, um, you know, looking that we have today the three bone of networking for student success by Isaac Servenga. Isaac Servenga is a best-selling author, you know, and what Isaac says in his video was extraordinary. Like I just got very deep into the video, and I was because it relates to me, it relates with me, and I strongly needed this type of video, which can help me. Uh, like I have a very strong networking, but I don't know how I can take help from them. What actually networking is, how I can do that, all that. So fortunately, I got this video, and Isaac, you know, deeply explain each and everything related to networking. First, Isaac was very struggling in finding jobs for him. He was jobless and was finding for or searching for jobs. Um, uh, he discussed that with his friend. He was already seeing his friend was being very successful. His friend was very successful, and he was fortunately like getting amazing response from people. So what the formula his friend had, that formula actually was the book of networking. His friend had book of networking, and his friend had very strong networking. That's why he was being very successful. So he asked for the book. He read that book, and after reading that book, within 6 months, he got amazing response. Like he was being very successful, was getting response of people. Uh, Before 6 months, he was reaching out to the companies and was searching for jobs. And after 6 months, people were reaching out to him and offering their jobs. Offering the opportunities. So, like, this is brilliant and amazing. Getting this kind of response within 6 months is just extraordinary. So then he wished that he now wants to teach this all these kind of things to the younger people, to the young generation. He wanted to teach these all kind of things to the students, and he also mentioned that our academic institutions are not teaching these kind of skills, this type of important things to the students, which is very important and which really exists, in the physical world. So he went to many many schools, and he taught these kind of all these important things related to networking to the students. And like the response was amazing. 90% of students were, you know applying this all knowledge, this all information to their daily life to build a strong networking. you know so number first bone of networking is wishbone. First of all, we don't have to do anything. We have to do nothing else than wishing something. We have to first wish for something. We have to build a vision of ourselves. Like, wish could be anything. You can wish, I wanna get that, I wanna get this. So like, that doesn't matter what wish really is. That just matter how you're struggling to get your wish done, to get your goal done. So number first bone of networking is wishbone. Number second is jawbone. Jawbone contains two. words in it: Compen- competency and humility. Competency is, you know, for it stands for competition and that kind of thing. But humility is that you're asking for something to someone, and he says no. This is humility. Like, this is against humility. So we have to first understand humility, and we have to get that, in ourselves. And how we get that? By being empathetical. That is all about ethical and empathetical. So he also gave an example that in relationship it is 50-50. You know, we do 50-50 in relationship. 50% of other person, 50% of yourself. If that person is being 40, so then you're not in relationship. You're in something which is gonna hurt you. Then in networking, he says it is 51-49. 50% of your own, 49% of the next person. Like, you will have to give your 51%. You have to help the next person 51%. And you should expect 49% from the next person, um, uh, so this is the very important formula. And he says we have to reach out to the people. We have to help them whatever we can. We have to ask them, how can I help you? If someone is stuck in anything, we have to ask them. you know we have to help people, so then they will help us even 49%, but it is fine. Then number third is backbone. Backbone of networking is persistence. Persistency is the backbone of networking. And I would say persistency has a big role in my life as well. Persistency is very important. We have to be very persistent with the wish, with the anything. Without persistency we can't get success, to me. Then he mentioned in the last, he wanted to become an author, a best-selling author, and he wanted to cover a particular area. He reached out to the 10 authors, who already did that, and 10 out of 2 persons respond to him, and one of those persons said, "Good luck." That was an unexpected reply, or you can say it was expected in some reason, for some reasons as well. But the another person, the second person, who named as Adam, he really helped him, and he helped him till he successfully wrote the book. So his name was Adam, and he at first, in first meeting, they both did 3 hours of conversation, and then he says, when you successfully write this chapter, when you get this done, reach out to me for the next chapter. It was all about for today's setup review.